All right, Shalom. We'll start first by giving all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahushai, Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahushai, Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahushai. Call Halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Double honor to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well. Greetings, salutations, and blessings unto the elect, those of the house of David that will receive salvation. Shalom. I got a couple scriptures just to remind us how glorious is going to be in the kingdom. Now, it's not going to be all the scripts. It's just going to be a quick one. Just a quick reminder. And the title of the video, I'm not really sure, but it'll manifest itself, I'm sure. So we're going to start with the book of. Let's start the book of Isaiah, the 4th chapter. Okay. So the book of Isaiah 4 and 1, it says, "In that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, We will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach." Verse 2, it says, "In that day shall the branch of the Lord Yahweh be beautiful and glorious, and the fruit of the earth shall be excellent and comely for them that are escaped of Israel." Yep. You know, we're gonna be beautiful, man. We're gonna have those translated bodies, man. We're gonna be on a whole nother level. And yeah, we'll have that, but making it on this side, the salvation on this side is where that's really at. That's what you really want to shoot for, because it's not going to be the same. It's a clear distinction between the 2/3 and the elect. The scriptures really talk about a big deal. They make it a big deal about the elect, man, and salvation. That's what these other Israelite groups aren't talking about, man. They're not talking about the elect. The difference between the elect and the 2/3. They preach all Israel, but it ain't about all Israel. It's about the elect and making your calling and election sure of the elect. Right? Yeah. So now I'm gonna jump from there and I'm gonna go. Let me go to this right quick. I didn't have it written, but this is book of Isaiah still, 13th chapter. And yeah, I'm gonna go straight to the point. Verse 12. It says, it says that I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedges of Ophir. That's why, because these men today are really low level, man. The men today are the women are low level, the men are low level, And I'm talking about the Israelites, man, the so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. You guys are on a very low level right now. So we're trying to rebuild the high level of kingdom and priests that our nation is supposed to be at. So this is how we do it. How do we do that? With the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the Most High God. Let me see. Got something else right quick. Another precept I didn't have written down, but Spirit moves, you move with it, man. Living water. Now this is Wisdom of Solomon, the 8th chapter. Something I just happen to be reading through, and I'm gonna go straight to the point of what I read. Verse 13. It says, "Moreover, by the means of her," talking about wisdom, that her is wisdom, "I shall obtain immortality, and leave behind me an everlasting memorial to them that come after me." Yeah, man, that's the real goal here, man. And that's what the elect will do. Great men that are written in the scriptures, they did that. They followed after wisdom, and they were written down, published about, and their legacies stood the test of time. And that's what we hope to do with this situation here, as far as salvation goes in World War III and the destruction of the world. We coming into the kingdom after the day of the Lord. So, back in it, we'll go back to the book of Hebrews. The book of Hebrews, chapter 8. Yeah, let me see. Hebrews 8. And I'm going to get to the point. Matter of fact, I'm gonna jump around this chapter a little bit. But we're going to start up at verse 6. It says, "But now hath he obtained a more excellent ministry," talking about Yahushua, "when this the elect was given into his hand, that from the Father, that could not be plucked out." Right? That because the whole nation, they're supposed to be the ministry, the kingdom of priests. They're not on a level. The 2/3 are low, right? So they're not ready to correct themselves, right? So he have gotten a more excellent ministry. The elect, the 1/3, 144,000. It says, "But how much better is he?" So excuse me. "How much more also is he the mediator of a better covenant, which was established upon better promises?" Yeah, the kingdom of heaven, man, is we're gonna have many wives. We're gonna be a mighty men, men on a high level. We're gonna be more precious than a golden wedge. These things are necessary in showing the power of our nation. The strength of our nation comes from our men, but to know if our nation has been destroyed or not, you can look at our women, and you look at our women in today's times, and they're destroyed. But once all of this situation goes down, talking about the destruction, the famines, all of these, that's not in order, but all these things, martial law, all of these things go down, and it's lawlessness in the streets. You're gonna see the power of a real man, not a male, but a real man, and the responsibility that a man will take for his family and for his loved ones. You're gonna see the difference, and then you're gonna see ultimately the Heavenly Father take care of his chosen children, and that's a special thing, man. But he's gonna glorify us when he does that. Lord willing, I'm of the number also. Now let me keep jumping down now. How is he gonna do that? Because right now he's downloading bits and pieces of the wisdom from the beginning into our spirits now, and we're practicing and rehearsing those righteous acts. In the kingdom we're gonna get it all, but we're rehearsing that. So in the kingdom we'll have all his wisdom downloaded into us, right? So I'm gonna jump up to I'm gonna jump down to verse 8, Hebrews chapter 8, verse 8. It says, "For finding fault with them, he said, Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers the day when I took them by the hand and led them out of the land of Egypt, because they continued not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, saith the Lord. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord Yahweh. I will put my laws into their mind and write them in their hearts, and I will be to them a God, and they shall be to me a people." And that's the point, man. Verse 11. "And they shall not teach every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, Know the Lord, for all shall know me, from the least to the greatest." Yeah, from the 2/3 all the way up to the elect, man, to the governing body, to the 12, man. Everybody's gonna know the word of the Heavenly Father. If you're an Israelite, you're gonna know it. Now the heathen's not gonna know it, but every Israelite will know it. But we're trying to get to that from this side without death by pain. That's the object here, to get there without death by pain. And but it'll be a glorious thing to get it. Yeah, let me keep going. I want to let's go to Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy 28, and we'll start at the top. Because this is how this is the blessings that'll come with getting that downloaded into our spirit. This is how we'll be living. We're going to be beautiful people. We're going to, let me hit this one real quick if I can find it right quick. I believe it's Corinthians, 1 Corinthians 15, I believe. Give me 1 second. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, right here. I'm going to start at verse 51. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 51. It says, Behold, I show you a mystery, and we shall not all sleep. We shall not all die. It says, but we shall all be changed. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall rise incorruptible, and we shall be changed. Yeah, the elect, those that are already passed, they're going to come back with their glorious bodies. They're passed in the Lord, and those that are the elect, they're gonna in a twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, get that those glorified bodies. It says, for this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortality. So that was the point. Wait, let me jump to 54. It says, so when this corruptible shall put on incorruption, and this mortal shall put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the same that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory? The sting of death is sin, and the strength of sin is the law. Yeah, because we couldn't keep it. But now, once it's downloaded into us, we're going to be glorious, and we're going to keep it. We're going to keep every statute, law, and commandment. Every high holy day, we're not going to go off anywhere. We're going to just keep those things. And as a nation, we're going to blossom more beautifully. So I'm going to go to Deuteronomy 28. And 1, it says, And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy power, Yahweh, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord Yahweh thy power will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power. We're going to be overtaken by blessings. Blessings on top of more blessings. Now I'm going to read down. I'm going to try to read through straight through. It says, Blessed shalt thou be in the city, blessed shalt thou be in the field. Basically, no matter what we do, no matter what we put our hand to, no matter what we think of, everything, no matter what we say, everything's going to be a blessing unto us once we follow in the wisdom of Yahweh Shemel Shah. Everything will be a blessing unto us. It will be beneficial to us as it was intended. We'll have righteous judgment. We'll know the difference. Everything will be a blessing. It'll be the best thing for everybody. It ain't going to be all that selfishness and whatever else that goes on in the world today. We're going to see what true wisdom and true righteousness is all about. So it says, verse 4 says, Blessed shall be the fruit of the body, the children, right? It says, and the fruit of the ground, and the fruit of thy kind. So, fruit of thy cattle, the increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep. Blessed shall be thy basket and thy store. Blessed shall be that blessed. There's the store and the basket. That's what you have on your day to day, and your store is what you put up for later. Store away for later. It says, Blessed shalt thou be when thou comest in. Blessed shalt thou be when thou goest out. In birth you're going to be blessed, and in death you're going to be blessed. Whatever you do. It said, the Lord shall cause thine enemies to rise up against thee, to be smitten before thy face. They shall come out against thee every thee one way, and flee before thee 7 ways. Yeah, we gonna take these enemies down, man. They're gonna learn to never even consider coming up against us in war in any way. It says, the Lord Yahweh shall command the blessing upon thee in thy storehouses and in all that thou settest thy hand unto, and he shall bless thee in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, the land of Israel, back in that fertile crescent area of the earth, the original Eden area of the earth. It says, the Lord shall establish thee an holy people unto himself, as he has sworn unto thee, if thou shalt keep thy commandments of the Lord thy God and walk in his ways. And all people of the earth shall see that thou art called by the name of the Lord Yahweh, and they shall be afraid of thee. Yeah, because we're going to have those glorified bodies. We're going to be beautiful. We're going to be untouchable. Our children going to play with wild beasts that will devour a heathen. And they're going to, we're going to laugh at death, laugh at danger. We're going to, all types of glory and spiritual power, man. It says, verse 11 says, and the Lord shall make thee plenteous in goods, in the fruit of thy body, and in the fruit of thy cattle, the fruit of thy ground, in the land in the land which the Lord Yahweh swear unto thy father to give thee. He's going to keep his promise, man. These are part of the promises. This is back in Deuteronomy when he promised this, if we would keep his commandments to observe and to do them all, right? Which we didn't at this point, but that still stands. So when we begin to do it, those blessings will come back upon us. It says, verse 12, it says, the Lord shall open unto thee his good treasure, his spirit and his good wisdom and his spiritual power, the true blessings that he has upon the earth, that he has seen, that will make man great on the earth. And that's for his chosen people. It says, the Lord shall open unto thee his good treasure, the heaven to give the rain unto thy land in the season, and to bless all the work of thine hand. And thou shalt lend to many nations, thou shalt not borrow. That's the opposite of what's going on now. The enemies lend to us and we cannot lend back to them. Right? Anyway, we'll be the ones possessing everything. Verse 13, it says, and the Lord Yahweh shall make thee the head and not the tail, and thou shalt be above only, and thou shalt not be beneath. Makes us a nation above all the nations upon the face of the planet. Right? Deuteronomy the 7th chapter. Anyway, it says, if that thou hearken unto the commandments of the Lord thy power, which I command thee this day to observe and to do them, and thou shalt not go aside from any of the words which I command thee this day, to the right hand or to the left, to go after other gods to serve them. And we will be a glorious nation. Right now, we're following after everything, man. People gearing up to bow down and kneel before Nimrod and the tree and the Christmas and Santa Claus and Satan Claus and what's they call that other damn demon, the Christmas demon, Krampus and whatever else, man. And then here comes New Year's with Janus in January, and on and on and on. Well, we're not going to do that when we get the glory. We're going to follow strictly after Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, through his son Yahushua. We're going to be perfect like him. We're going to be joint heirs unto his glory also. Though he'll still be exalted above us. And I'm going to wrap it up with one more script. Yeah. Go to the book of Revelation. The book of Revelation, we're going to go to the 21st chapter. And I want to start at 1. No. Let me see. I'll start at 9. It says, "And there came unto me one of the 7 angels, which had the 7 vials full of the 7 last plagues, and talked with me, saying, Come hither, I will show thee the bride, the Lamb's wife." Talking about the Israelites, the nation of Israel, starting with the elect. "And he carried me away into the spirit to a great and high mountain, and showed me the great city, the holy Jerusalem, descending out of heaven from the Most High God." Yeah, we'll be descending down out the chariots, man, and with our glory. We'll be coming down with glory, down to the earth, returning with glory. Because that's when it starts, man. Getting the salvation, and it's starting now. Once we get the salvation, we come down. Now the physical play out of all this glory is coming into play now. Right? It says, having the glory of the Most High God, and her light was like unto a stone most precious, even like a jasper stone, clear as crystal, and had a great wall and high, and had 12 gates, and at the 12 gates 12 angels, and names written thereon, which were the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. Yep. Not the other heathen nations, only the Israelites. It says, on the east gate, in the east 3 gates, on the north 3 gates, on the south 3 gates, on the west 3 gates. And the wall of the city had 12 foundations, and in them the names of the 12 apostles of the Lamb. And that's so glorious that they're gonna be on our kingdom, on the walls of our kingdom, here on earth. Glorious, man. Glorious. We're gonna be glorious. Let me see if I don't need that. I'm gonna jump down to verse 18. It said, "And the building of the wall of it was of jasper, and the city was pure gold, like unto clear glass. And the foundations of the wall of the city were garnished with all manner of precious stones. The first foundation was jasper, the second sapphire, the third a chalcedony, the fourth an emerald, the fifth sardonyx, the sixth sardius, the seventh crystolite, the eighth beryl, the ninth topaz, the 10th chrysoprase, the 11th jacinth, the 12th an amethyst. And the 12 gates were 12 pearls. Every several gate was of 1 pearl, and the street of the city was pure gold, as it was transparent glass. And I saw no temple therein, for the Lord Yahweh Almighty and the Lamb are the temple of it." We don't even need the building anymore, because they are that temple, and their spirit is transferred and translated into ours. Glorious, man. Let me jump to one final script, and it says it say it all. Deuteronomy chapter 4, and I'm going to start at verse 6. It said, "Keep therefore and do them." Matter of fact, verse 5, "Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord thy power commanded me, that ye shall go to, that you should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, Surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people." We will be a wise and understanding people. Glorious, man. Not who was going to say it. It says, "For what nation is there so great, who had the Most High so nigh unto them, as the Lord our power, Yahweh, is in all things that we call upon him for? And what nation is there so great, that has statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law, which I set before you this day?" And they're going to understand that when we keep these, they're going to see how glorious we are. That have statutes and laws so great, a power so great, a power so merciful, talking about the Most High God, so merciful. And we're going to understand truly what it means to be a prince of the power, a son of God, an Israelite. So with that, I'm going to close out. Lord willing, this builds brothers up, man. You know, it's not just about tearing down these heathen and the 2/3. It's also about building up the elect, man. You know. So with that, we're going to close out, giving all praises unto Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well. And greetings, salutations, and blessings to the house of David, that glorious branch, man. Those that will receive the glory after the salvation. You know, with that, I say shalom.